What's going on, guys? Mr. Domo here, and welcome back to the channel. So I hope everybody's having an awesome day. And of course, in front of you I have another Walmart exclusive, and this is the Hasbro The Real Ghostbusters action figures based on the classic Kenner action figures that was released back in 1986. The date's kind of weird because they were released in 1986 during the winter, but I believe they didn't really hit the shelves in stores about 1986. So Hasbro pretty much did just like the retro collection for Star Wars figures. They released these guys right here. Now there is 6 of them. I got these last night. Unfortunately, I am missing Slimer and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but these guys were out here, all 4. So we have Peter Venkman, Egon Spengler, Ray Stantz, and then of course Winston Zeddemore, which look really awesome. And I gotta hand it to them. I mean, the retro collection, they kind of, I wish they would have done this like they did with these Ghostbusters, because I mean the card back is exactly just how it was released back in 1986 and 1987. There's really minor details with the top right corner where it says ages. Before it used to just say ages 4 and up, and then of course they had like their own unique item number or action figure number. And then of course on the back of these guys, they didn't do any kind of crazy weathering or anything like that. And of course on the back of these guys, they're all pretty much the same, but as you can see, you have the Marshmallow Man, you have they call him the Green Ghost, but that's Slimer, and then of course you have the 4 Ghostbusters with their actual ghost, and then it tells you the instructions on how to put on the proton pack and then how to use the neutrino blaster. I thought it was called the neutrino wand, but anywho, the only difference from the back, of course, as you can see, it does have the Hasbro stamp. The proof of purchase is placed, and then of course the thing that's missing on the right side of the back of the card back is that nice picture of the proton pack that was released that projected a image of different type of ghosts, which I was a big fan as a kid. I really wanted that. And of course they had like the ghost trap, and of course they had a Ghostbusters proton pack that shot these like foam pellets. It was really awesome. But I mean, overall I think they really nailed it with not doing anything crazy. They didn't apply some crazy stamp that said classics or retro or anything like that. They really kept the aesthetic of the card back exactly the same, and of course the bubble and the way the action figures came out, I mean, it all looks really good. So let me just bring you a closer picture of course, here's Winston Zeddemore, and of course he's got his proton pack. His color was like a yellow, and then he's got his Chomper Ghost right there. Really cool. And then we have Ray here, and then he's got his Rapper Ghost, and then he had more of a orange a proton stream there. Now one thing I did notice is that they did go with the revised the cable, or this this piece of thread here. It used to, the original one, the first ones that were released, they came out from the bottom, and I think a lot of it just caused a lot of problems getting tangled around the foot. So then they placed it right in the middle of the man, I don't even know the technical term, the cyclotron or whatever it's called. But so they did go with the revised version. And of course here we got Egon Spengler. Actually, let me just get Peter here since he's about to fall over. So here's Peter, of course, and then he's got his Rapper Ghost. He has the green proton stream, really cool there. And then of course the last one here, let me get this guy, Egon. He's got his Gopher Ghost there, and then he's got more of a reddish, kind of like a light red proton stream. Looks really cool. So there they are. Let me go ahead, take these guys out of their package so we can take a closer look at these awesome action figures. Alright guys, so there they are, all laid out. I got all 4 Ghostbusters with their proton packs on, and I did holster their blasters or wand just to make it easier to display them. So I'm just gonna go one by one, and I'll tell you what I've noticed the differences between this one, the Hasbro, compared to the original one. And I'll show you my original one after I show you each one of them. But so let me start here with Winston. Winston's done really nice. The paint's really nicely done. Of course, his outfit's good. He does have his Ghostbuster insignia. The wand has the Ghostbuster insignia as well, just like the original one. So this one's done really nice. So one difference that I did notice, of course, is that here, let me just show you. So one thing is that they did go with a smoother peg to kind of go into the back here, so that is one nice difference there. And the second thing that I've noticed is that they don't have a stamp onto the back on their backs here. So what they ended up doing is they just ended up putting all these stamps at the bottom of the foot. So here you have the country of origin, which is China, this unique stamp, which I don't know if it's a date stamp, I don't know, and then of course they have their copyright stamp there. But those are the two things that I've noticed. Overall, everything else is exactly just like how it was released back in 1986 from Kenner. I mean, exactly the same. It holsters the same way, so as you could tell, it does have that kind of weird clamp there. So it is really tight, so I'm not going to be doing that too much. But one thing about the original one is that a lot of these handles ended up breaking off, so you know, just from taking it off and then putting it onto the arm here. And the way it worked is that you would just go ahead and slide this right into the arm, and then that way it would be like he was firing it. And then of course you have the handle here, and then you would just rotate it like he was, you know, using the proton pack. So that those little handles right there was really they tended to break off easy. So you know, you pretty much, the way I holster these is I go from the top and then clip it at the bottom, and then that's it. So I am definitely I'm not gonna be doing that too much, because if there's anything like the original one, I mean, the plastic's probably a little bit more durable than what it was back in the day, but just in case, I don't want to break it. And of course he does have his ghost here, so there it is. It's kind of like a bright neon reddish ghost there, and of course it's hollow, excuse me, and it's hollow right there, so you can kind of put your finger there. The next one, of course, we have Egon, and Egon's done really nice. His glass, you know, the glasses are painted really nice, eyes, hair, he's got the insignia there, really nicely done. So I mean, this looks really good. And like I said, man, they really stayed true to the original Kenner figure, so that's really nice. And of course he's got his ghost here. It was really hollow. You put your finger there, play with it. But that was one cool thing, is that you got a Ghostbuster and then you ended up getting one ghost. Next one here is Ray. Ray's done really nice, good paint overall, everything good. I don't see any errors with these guys. They have done, like, they did a really good job with these guys. So but you never know, sometimes, you know, there's a bad batch out there, and so you know, you never know. Of course, and then you got his kind of like his hybrid monkey ghost here. It's got that nice dark purple color to it. This one's not hollow, so it does have kind of like a base there, so that's really cool. And then of course, last one here is Peter. Peter's done really good. He's got the green eyes there, brown hair, Ghostbuster insignia. I mean, outfit's done really nice. These guys, man, they look really good. They just, man, it's probably going to be really hard to tell from these guys from the original one. And of course he's got his blue ghost right here, so really nice. Now like I said, let me show you my original one that I have. This is graded by Collector Archive Services, and this is Egon, of course. And I'll show you the label really quick. So this is a 1986 Kenner, the Real Ghostbusters Series 1 Egon Spengler with the Goldberg Ghost, and he received an 85. So again, really nice. Let me just bring up Egon here. So as you can see, I mean, comparing them to the mold, the one that's graded seems to be a little bit darker. This one's a little bit lighter. The proton wand is pretty much the same. The stream, the proton pack really looks the same. To me, it looks exactly like it. I don't really see any difference. So there's like the exact mold and everything like that. And of course, you know, let me show you the back here. So like I said, right there you had the stamp. So they always had this 1984 Columbia picture stamp on their back, And then of course, like I said, the way that it attached to their back, they had this kind of like split peg. Let me see if I can get it better, but right there, as you can see, it's split. So I don't know if that caused a lot of problems, you know, maybe breaking off or whatever, because once you lose one half of that, then you weren't really able to peg it right into the back of your action figure. It was pretty much loose, so unless you had some kind of like glue or something like that. Now here is the wand, and the wand's done really nice. Again, as you can see, like this one was played with, there's a little bit of marks there, but really nice. And I think it's really exactly the same. I mean, I can't really see a difference. I think height wise it's gonna be hard to compare. I think height wise they're pretty much maybe the same. Yeah, they're the same height, so really that's awesome. I mean, they did a really good job. It's exactly the same height. Paint maybe a little bit lighter compared to the ones that were released. They seem to be a little bit darker. Well, Egon seems to be a little bit darker, but I don't know. Once I get the rest of the Ghostbusters graded, then I'll probably compare them and see. But everything else is pretty much the same. I mean, these things look amazing. So like I said, these are a Walmart exclusive, so they started to hit Walmarts definitely here in Texas. So if you're looking for these guys, definitely hit your Walmart. I don't know if Slimer and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man are going to be the hard one to get, because I didn't even see it. I saw a whole bunch of these Ghostbusters, but I did not see any Slimers or Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So I don't know, man. So, but that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the support, and I will talk to you in the next video.